Hello, Flosstube. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches here, and today is Saturday, December 2nd. December 2nd, 2023. And this is my Flosstube update number 310. The Jingle Ball is going on even as we speak, and so I'm taking a little while away to do my regular video updates and stuff. And I'm hoping to get back to it. I was having a little bit of a glitchy problem because I'm viewing the Jingle Ball on my tablet, and that's, sorry, I'm scooting around. Not necessarily the best way to view it. And I think there were just a lot of sort of glitchy issues with various people with all the different platforms, and so many people accessing the event, and so they were sort of chasing technical problems around all evening. But hopefully it'll be better now that in the morning, now that so much was dealt with yesterday and everything. Anyway, it's now December, and I'm into the last month of WIPGO for this year. I still haven't ironed out what I'm doing for WIPGO for next year. I wanted to have that sort of resolved by now, but I don't. I am wearing my one and only real Christmas shirt, Claus. There's a little kitty. Claus is coming to town, it says. Cat. So I'm trying to be festive. So first of all, I want to do talk about a few things that are in the Etsy shop. My sister made some scissor fobs. She came across these charms that are, let me get that little guy here. They're knights in armor. So there's a little guy in armor there. And so she chose these beads to go along with that. So these should be in the Etsy shop, I don't know, like this weekend or whatever. There's a, oops, sort of a sword, I think, supposed to be there. And there's here's a knight helmet with a little plume. A little plume's a little sort of squishing it here. But it's got a little plume on the helmet there. I don't know. And here is a horse. These. And I guess a battle axe of some kind, yeah. Oops, that's the back of it. Yeah. With these beads. So anyway, those will be in the Etsy shop shortly. Like I said, probably this weekend at some point. So, and that's Three Sisters Creative is the shop, and I'll have a link below in my description box. So, what I've been doing this week, I had talked about my FFOs on my WIPGO list were an older pattern that I've had for years. It's from a magazine from 1995. I think the magazine was, let me see if I can see the name of it here. Cross Stitch Christmas 1995. And the designer of this is Melody Pons. So this was, I just took these pages out of this magazine. It's called Midnight Sleigh Ride, and the date on here was 1995. So that was the the design. There's ribbon for his reins here, and then I think the pattern originally called for Krynic, and I don't know if I used Krynic or if I used, yeah, it called for gold and silver Krynic. So I don't know if I used Krynic. I think I might have, or Petite Treasure Braid, but I think it may be Krynic. I don't know. So there's that. So I finished stitching it in 2018, and just got around to FFOing it. You know, it was in my FFO pile. So I had bought this cording some time ago. So there's cording around it, and this ornament, rather than making just a little, you know, sort of sandwich style, you know, back and front ornament, which I had thought about doing, I found this ornament at Hobby Lobby, and it was, they had it in black and in red, but I bought the black one. But I just mounted the stitching on the ornament. It said something about, I don't know what, it's like people, something about people who pass away, our memory in our hearts forever, or something like that. But I like the size and the shape. It's a little bit bigger than their normal, you know, little ornament thing that you usually get. But so yeah, I like, this was the right size. So I went ahead and mounted it. You can see a little bit of the black edge around it, but I think it looks good with the colors of the design. But so I stuck this little cording that I bought on there, and I just used this red fabric to put on the back. I could have left it black, I guess, but I kind of liked it that way. And it had a jute hanger here, and I took that off and used this ribbon. I made a little bow there, but to hang it on there. So, and I used this tiny rickrack on the side, on the edge here, just to add a little more red there. So that's done. That's Midnight Sleigh Ride by Melody Pons is the designer. I'll put this over here. Sorry. And then my other FFO on the list was Cathy Habermann hands-on design, More Chocolate Bunnies. It says right there, More Chocolate Bunnies. And this is like from 2019, yeah. And I think it was originally, there was a sulky thread pack that you could get for it. But also it has like the DMC equivalents or something, which is what I used. And it came with these little Jabco buttons for the bunny's tails. So, yeah. So this is More Chocolate Bunnies. So that was on my FFO list because I had finished it a long time ago. And this is what I did. So you remember I bought this little plaque at Hobby Lobby. It was in their Christmas shop. So it was nice. I got it, like, it was all their Christmas decor stuff was 50% off or something. So I bought this, and it also came with a jute hanger that I replaced with this little this satin cord to bring out the orange and the carrots here. And I had this green rickrack. I had thought about putting like another, you know, piece behind it with green fabric, but the board wasn't really big enough to accommodate that, I didn't think. And I had this green rickrack, so I used that instead. So I like that. That's More Chocolate Bunnies. Life needs more chocolate bunnies. So, you know, it's a little out of season because it's, you know, an Easter thing, spring thing, but it came up on my board, so that's what I did. And then also, since I was in the FFOing mood, I still have, these are not quite finished, but I thought about doing this for my cousin Judy as a Christmas present, because otherwise I would be, I had thought about, oh, I can stitch something, but this is already done. I've had it for a while, because this was in 2020 with the pandemic. Several designers did variations on the phrase be well and stitch. This one has a bee on there, right? So this was by the Blackberry Rabbit. So I don't know who, it doesn't have a specific designer name, just the Blackberry Rabbit. So I did this, cut a piece of mat board for it, and I used that same red fabric on the back. There's something schmutzy on there. Oh, that's just lint. Yeah. So I did this. So I want to put some edging around it, and I have this red trim that I want to put there on that one. And then I have like just one of those little folding wooden easels to put this on, because I didn't want to make it an ornament, because, you know, it's not Christmassy. It's more like spring, you know, with a little and I chose this red because I felt like it brought out the red in the hearts on there. So I want to put this trim on there, and like I said, I have a little easel for it to stand as a decorative item. And then the other one I finished was this Not a Creature Was Stirring. Hold on a second. As I started to say, I have this Not a Creature Was Stirring, designed by WIPGO. So if you bought the two little buttons, it had the little stocking button and the mouse button. So if you bought the two buttons, you got the pattern for free, right? So I finished this on Friday. I started it on Thanksgiving and finished it on Friday. Or I guess Friday night, last Saturday morning, I don't remember. I talked about this before. But so I finished it off, and I decided to FFO it on this little ornament shape. And it has this, I had this fabric, I kind of fussy cut it so I could get this little squirrel, because there are all these like sleepy animals. They have, you know, little closed eyes, you know, on them, all the animals in this fabric. But I like this squirrel because it had the little ornament hanging down, and I felt like it echoed the sleepy mouse and the stocking hanging down, right? So also the edges I've not finished yet, because I want to put this trim on it. It's kind of a square red ribbon kind of trim, but I want to put that around the edges of this ornament to cover it up. And this also has a jute hanger, and if it weren't stapled to the back, I would remove this and use like a red ribbon or something like that. And I think I might put like a bow or something around this to kind of cover up this little stapley part. We'll see. But so that's, you know, like I said, I wanted to put this little square cut trim. Did I show that? This little square style trim on the edges of this ornament. So if I can show it, what it would look like, it would look kind of like this. So yeah, that's what I want to do with that. And like I said, I think I might add a ribbon bow or something over that hanger thing, so it won't look so ugly. So that is my FFOing excursion this weekend. I did finish my FFO stuff from my WIPGO list, the More Chocolate Bunnies and the Midnight Sleigh Ride. I finished them on Wednesday night. And the other ones, I think I started on Thursday. And so that's why they're not finished yet. Because then the Jingle Ball started on Friday. But before I get to the Jingle Ball, we went to Hobby Lobby the other day. It was Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday, maybe? I don't know. Because I've been looking for this this one DMC color. It was for that Frosty Forest design. I didn't do any more on it because things came up. But so the Hobby Lobby we usually go to that's close to our house didn't have that particular color. There was a bin for it, but they were all gone. We went, I think Monday and Tuesday we were there for whatever reason, and it wasn't there. They didn't have anything. So Wednesday or Thursday we were at Walmart, and right next door to it there's another Hobby Lobby. It's a bigger one. So I wanted to go in there and find that thread. And while I was in there, got a few more things. They had 3 packages of this 32 count Murano Carré in the color Ice. And so I went ahead and snatched them up because usually, if it gotten to the point, they had a whole bunch of Murano Carré last year, year before, whenever it was. They had a whole bunch of different colors, of this Murano Carré, and it's not a very big cut, 11 by 18. So fortunately, I had gotten one of every color, and I've been using them. I used them not this year, but last year for More Chocolate Bunnies. I guess, not More Chocolate Bunnies, Rabbit Rabbit. The Rabbit Rabbit series by Ink Circles. And I guess it was not last year, but the year before was when they first started carrying them, I think. And so like I said, I had bought one of every color because I was using them for those Rabbit Rabbit designs. And it's a good thing I bought them when I did because because with the Rabbit Rabbits, they're fairly small. And so I'll have fabric left over from them when I get around to finishing them. But it's a good thing because they don't really carry this anymore. I think they might carry this one color, Ice, which is a kind of off-white color. But I don't think they carry all the rest of the other colors that they used to have. So I snatched them up because they were there. And then I also bought a few things. Some time ago, I bought a little gnome like this for my sister Naomi. And I was had in mind, the reason I bought it was that I was going to make her a scissor fob with a gnome on it. And then I just never got around to it. And now I don't know what I did with the gnome. So I bought another one. And I also bought, they had some, Christmas charms. So I guess they considered that gnome, they had it in the Christmas things. Because last time I bought it, I don't think I bought it as a Christmas item. I don't know. Anyway, I also bought these little snowflake charms and some Christmas tree charms. And these little snow globe guys. Snow globe charms that say Merry Christmas on them. So I'm hoping maybe I'll make scissor fobs or something out of those. So they're there. Or we might use them on, I don't know. Anyway. So then, so along with, those are actually a haul. I didn't mean to go into haul right now, just yet, because I have other stuff to talk about. As far as stitching, because I've been stitching actually, goes, most recently earlier today, my sister Eve and I filmed a Three Sisters Creative video without my sister Naomi, because Naomi is in Boston right now, and she's hanging out with her daughter Hannah, with my niece Hannah, doing things, and she Eve and I just did a video without her, and did show like the shawl that she has been working on. She finished it and took it with her to Boston to give to Hannah's teacher. So we have pictures of that, of some things that she's doing in the Three Sisters video. But so we were doing that today. So while we were doing that, I was working a little bit more on this Primrose Cottage Stitches Snowman 2023. So I've done, I think this, the white on this side, and I just today finished the snowman's body. So then I have to do all the rest of this white here, and the little snowflakes and stuff that are on that. But so there's where I am now with this one. So like I said, I'm starting, I just got to the end of this thread, and I think I did that last stitch kind of crooked. So I'm going to go across and then go up, and finish all the little snowflakes and stuff. Hopefully I'm get that done soon. And then last night I was at the Jingle Ball, and I want to get back to that today, but and I was actually going to work on that snowman because it was sort of December-ish and festive and all that kind of stuff. But I sat down, I was all had all my stuff set up and everything, and I realized I didn't have a hoop. I had taken the hoop out and not put it back. So yeah. So I thought, well, I'll work on it, because the other thing I had grabbed to work on was this Black Cat season, right? Lindy Stitches, Black Cat season. This is number 3, Blackest Cat. So I worked on this last time we did a video. I had gotten to as far as make you, right? So I had this to go. So at the Jingle Ball I was working on it. So I finished the word smile on, and I'm going backwards on Halloween. So I got as far as the EEN on there. I still have to do these little star things on there. I haven't done those yet, but this is how far I got. So I worked on the word smile on, and then I'm working backwards on the word Halloween. I was like pooping out. I was having some technical issues with because I was trying to access it on my tablet, and wasn't the best scenario, I guess, and just was having some. So I kind of pooped out a little early, and I hadn't eaten dinner yet, so I was like, oh. But so I'm hoping to get back to that. There's some meet and greet things going on, and I'm hoping to catch some of those. So. But this is the next one. I want to work on this in December, as soon as I finish that one. I'm going to use another one of the freebie borders on here. Sorry, I have to put this back a little too soon. I don't know if I can show it. I probably have it. If I can get this. Hold on one second. Yeah, these little borders were freebies on her site. So this one, meow, and this one with the little cat heads, and this one with the cats. And so after this design, I'm gonna go back to this little border pattern here. Is gonna go underneath this. And then I just have it right here in my hand. And then the next one, the number 4 pattern, which is called House Panther. And there's a beware, and this is fierce and deadly House Panther, and there's a cat right there in the window. So yeah, that's the next one up. That's number 4 in my bell pull that I'm making. Here, let me roll this fabric back up before forget what I'm doing here. Just to get that out of the way. I have all this thread here that from, you know, I'm making, I did this thread thing on the side just so that I don't accidentally put the, you know, the pattern one too far over one or the other. But then the other, before I got to those last night for the Jingle Ball, I had been working on a pattern from this booklet. This is by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread called the Snowball. So it's 7 little winter-themed pin cushions. So there's all these things here and these things here. And then there's a one called Snowy Chalet. This one here. Yeah, is another one that's in this book. But I really like the little snowman ones. And I'm going to lose that thread if I'm not careful. Sorry, I stuck it in here. It has, you know, like photo booth fun and this family photo. These are the ones on the back. Photo booth fun and family photo. Little snowman pictures. But so and this one, in family photo, there's a little bird right there. And so in this book, they've taken, like, to fill in the white space here, they've taken, you know, little excerpts out of these patterns. And so this is the one I've been working on, Let It Snow. If I can get that close enough, you can see it. So there's the word snow, the snowman makes the O. It has little buttons. They're not, I don't think they're, maybe they're Jabco or not. I don't know. But you can choose to do a snowflake button or not. I don't know if it's, yeah, it's not charted on there. But, you know, you can just put it in the space or whatever if you want to. I don't know that I have to look. I don't know that I have specifically snowflake buttons or whatever. But anyway, so this is one. But like I was starting to say, they put in various, you know, in the little white space, empty space of these pages, little things taken from some of the other designs. So like this one is from this little snowman, you know, is on the bottom of this page here, right? So, so as I was starting to say, in this picture is this little bird here, right? Now it's the only place that bird shows up. But, see if I can find it now. In that space on one of these pages is this version of the bird. There's a little fat bird and it has trees and there's some snow and stuff like that. You can't really see it well in this picture, but there's, you know, you can see it in real life. You can make out the snow and all that. So I really like this fat bird. Almost, you know, I like this bird too. But this one, the hat is a little different, and he's fatter, and he's there with the trees and all that, and he doesn't, this version of the bird doesn't appear anywhere in this book. So what I did was I just copied this chart into, you know, I used what do you call it? Not Pattern Keeper. What is it called? The pattern thing program, but I just like made a chart that I could read at using this chart. So I didn't claim it as my own or anything like that. I just printed it out, you know, on the thing so that I could, on the chart thing, so that I could actually read it, because I want to make that, to stitch that little bird. But I had to put it somewhere where I could make sure that I could see it well, especially because all the white is on white paper, so it's hard to make out clearly. So I did that. But in the meantime, I worked on one of those patterns, this Let It Snow. So I've got the S and the N. The snowman is I actually finished the little snowman. These little twiggy arms there are kind of loose. I need to check that, make sure that. But yeah, and his nose and everything else. So now this has a W here, and then the words "let it" and a tree, and the trees, I should say. Yeah, here. Yeah, and then there's some snowflakes and stuff around. So that was the other thing I was working on. Thursday and Friday, I don't know, like that. So I'm hoping to finish that soon. I'm gonna lose this thread. Hold on one second. Sorry. I want to stick this in here before I lose it. There. I just put it in there because I was working on that. Okay, so a couple more things, as if there wasn't enough. So for December WIPGO, like I said, I want to work on the next Black Cat season chart, number 4. And I probably will do the Reindeer, which is part of the Year in the Woods series by Cottage Garden Samplings. So I had shown last week, I showed the work I'd done on the Beaver, and the Reindeer is number 12 in that series. And so that's the one I'm going to start this month for December. But my actual whips in WIPGO are this one, upside down, the Elephant Biscornu by Tinymodernist. This is part of their her Biscornu of the month. But so these little elephants are wearing flower crowns, and the back of the Biscornu is this little just in the corners, these little flowers. So I'm hoping that maybe, for my goal is only for 6 days, but I'm hoping that I can finish this, because I'm really about halfway done, right, with this side, and then the back side is just those little corners, and then like a line of back stitching around it, to join them up. But so I'm hoping that in 6 days, maybe I can do those elephants. I don't know. But so this is where I am now. So I have 2 more elephants and the little flower designs, and then the backside, which I haven't done at all yet. So we'll see how far I get on that. That's one of my WIPGO goals. And the other one left is one of my 4 ship patterns that I have. So this is Voyage of Discovery by Stoney Creek. And this is the Nina and the Pinta and the Santa Maria. And I've been working on this one here. That middle one, which one is. The Santa Maria, I guess, is the middle one. I don't know. I think, anyway, that's the one I'm working on, the middle one. So this is where I am starting this month. I haven't done anything at all on these yet, even though today is the 2nd. Let me fold this in a little bit better. So I've got most of that main sail done. I think there's another one up here, right? Sorry. Yeah, there's that little sail on the top there. I think I've got this, or part of it, but not that very top sail. Yeah. So, yeah. But I've got some of the clouds behind there. And then I need to actually put the ship in there. And this is a pretty big chart. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on here. But so I'm, you know, right around here. Just barely started it. But so maybe, and some of this is unstitched area, you know. And then this is done in a lot of half stitches. It's the old world of the new world, I guess. Yeah, this is the new world here in the old world. They came from, I don't know where, Spain, Italy, somewhere, I don't know. But so a lot of this up here is done in half stitches, and a lot of this is unstitched space, which will be blue, and you know, on my fabric. That this is 28 count Lugana, so the sky around here will be, you know, kind of bluish, and I'm hoping, now that I think about it, that this color will show up on here. But yeah, so anyway, so I'm on this middle ship, and I'm just right about here. So I have the actual ship to go, and then the other two boats, ships, whatever. So it's a long way to go, and only 6 days, so we'll see how far I can get on that. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe I can, you know, finish that middle ship. But that's my WIPGO for December. So the only other thing I wanted to touch on was haul from the Jingle Ball. And this isn't even all of it, what I'm going to show you. One of the nice things about it was that in our family, we basically call it pug dog money. This was money that I spent, hold on a second, that I spent actually earlier this year, because I had talked about how for my birthday for October, I was going to go hear Sting in concert. My sister and I, sorry, I'm moving this around. My younger sister and I were going to go to this Sting concert, and I had bought a pair of tickets through one company, and there were issues with that. So I had bought another pair of tickets through another company where I could very specifically choose the seats that I wanted and all that. So the first pair of tickets I sold through that company, you know, sold to someone, and they purchased it, and it was paid for through PayPal. And so I just left the money in there from the tickets in the PayPal account, and I used that at the Jingle Ball. So all these patterns, several of the patterns, not all of them, several of them were paid for with that PayPal money. And the other ones I paid for, you know, with other money, real money. But anyway, so one of the ones I bought was this Teresa Kogut, Believe. And, you know, I limited myself almost entirely, not quite, to Jingle Ball exclusives, because I didn't want to do what I did last year, and that was, you know, to buy patterns that I already had. So I was trying to be very wary, and I think I was okay with ones I had. So anyway, this is one that I bought by Teresa Kogut, Believe. I like that, the look of that Santa, you know, kind of old-fashioned looking, but yeah. So that's one. And most of the things I bought were PDFs, most of the patterns, but I accidentally bought one set of, I think there was 3 or 4 of them that I accidentally bought print copies, because printed you know, official printed copies, because the little box, you could choose, you know, a PDF or a printed copy, and on I think I had purchased on another, each vendor has its own, you know, shop, each you know, and on the previous one, the default was for PDFs, and on this particular one, the default happened to be print copies, and I didn't really look at it. I was looking at, do I have this pattern? Do I want this pattern? Yes, add to cart, whatever. And that was the one thing I didn't check until I hit the checkout button and process it. And then I was looking at it and was like, oh, there's a shipping charge. Oh, print copies. So that was coming in the mail. And I don't know if that was Hands-On Design or who it was, what because there's so many that I bought. Anyway, so I'm getting some that are, in print copy. And I bought a couple of floss packs and stuff. So, those things are coming in the mail anyway. So, but this one, this is another PDF. This is Tinymodernist Mouse's Christmas Decoration. I have a couple of these mouse patterns that I showed several months ago. One called Mouse's Lucky Day and one called Mouse's Beach Outing. And so this is Mouse's Christmas decorating. And so they all have, a little mouse girl. And this time she's in a Mrs. Santa dress. And she's decorating this snowman. That's really cute. So there's that one. And also by Tinymodernist, there's another Biscornu. This is the narwhal Biscornu. And then the narwhal has a Christmas hat and a Christmas wreath hooked on his horn there. Yeah, so there's that one. And there's the backside, there's an anchor and some fish. Yeah, so that's cute. And another Tinymodernist. I bought a bunch of Tinymodernist patterns. This is another Biscornu, Cardinal Biscornu. There's Christmas ornaments and stuff. And pretty cardinal. And by Tinymodernist, this is a set of ornaments, Fair Isle Friends. These are done on perforated paper with their little animals wearing sweaters. There's a penguin and an owl and a polar bear and a panda. And they're wearing these little Fair Isle sweaters. That's very cute. And another one by Tinymodernist. This is Scandi Christmas set. So this was Scandinavian designs. But so and it comes with all of these patterns. So there's 4 little individual ornament patterns, and then this is all one pattern. This set of designs, it's all in one page, and then these little pillow things there. So that's a nice little set. And then from Heartstring Samplery, this one, Out There Ornament Set. So these are all like sci-fi inspired ornament ideas. So one says believe, one says seek, one says renew, and one says answer. So the believe one, this was inspired by the X-Files. There's a UFO abducting somebody. And seek is inspired by Star Trek. There's a picture of the design of the Enterprise there. And this renew is a hand with a jewel in it from Logan's Run, for those of you who may remember that. And this is answer from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, is inspired for this one. And the nice thing about this design is it comes with this little template shape, on there, so you can make the ornaments out of that, with that, I should say. So, yeah, so it was kind of fun. And then this is, Heartstring Samplery, also Go Tell It on the Mountain. Yeah. This is one I'm like, do I have this one? I don't think I have it, but, yeah. So, Go Tell It on the Mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Yeah. So I thought that was really, really pretty. And also the same reason that she mentioned it, she said she remembers singing that song when she was a kid. And yeah, that's kind of what appealed to me about it also. And then this is Holiday Glow by Satsuma Street. There's little doves and candles, and I thought that was really pretty. And so that's only about, I don't know, maybe half of what I ordered. I just didn't have time to print them all off on my computer. I'm still doing that. I'm still gonna have to do that sitting by the computer, and I don't even know if I have enough ink to print them all. That's another thing, but yeah. So I'm hoping to get back to the Jingle Ball before long this morning, afternoon. It's already afternoon. Um, I'm hoping to get back to that and maybe participate in some of the meet and greets or whatever. Um, but yeah, so the Jingle Ball is still going on, and really, theoretically, I guess you could still attend if you haven't gone yet. You could still, the $10 general admission tickets, I think you can still buy. The classes you can't get into, but you can go and, it's like a virtual retreat. You could sit there and join these stitching tables and sit and talk to other people. It's kind of like Zoom. It's not Zoom. It's a different platform, but it kind of works the same way. You're able to see and hear other people. You use the camera on your laptop or whatever to access it. So anyway, so theoretically, the Jingle Balls, you can still, I think you can still go, and it goes through Sunday night at midnight, at the end of Sunday night. So you could still go and participate in the stitching tables and shop and hang out, and there's some entertainment stuff going on there, singing, storytelling, whatever, you can still do that. And like I said, the meet and greets with the several, I don't know if all of the designers or several, over the course of the weekend, meet and greets with them, and how did you get started in stitching. You can talk to them, ask them questions and things like that, interact with them. So that's a lot of fun. Anyway, so I'm gonna go now and get back to the Jingle Ball and get back to printing patterns and stuff. Well, the patterns I can I can print off at any point. This, as I already downloaded them and everything. But so yeah. So I will see you next week, and hopefully I have gotten started on my WIPGO things, and I'm not sure what's going to happen next weekend. We're hoping to go get a Christmas tree, so that that'll happen at some point on Saturday, probably. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm. I have a real. I like the Christmas tree, having having it all decorated and all that. I just don't like the process of having to do the decorating and all that stuff. It's kind of, it's exhausting to me for some reason. It's just one of those things, it takes a lot of work to do all that kind of stuff. So, but it's a nice end result. You have a nice, pretty little decorated tree with all the lights and all that stuff. So yeah, so we're hoping to do that next weekend. Anyway, so that's it for me, I think. And I will see you all next week, and we'll see where we are, where we're getting as far as WIPGO and maybe the rest of my haul from the Jingle Ball. We'll see. So I will see you next week. And until then, have fun. Keep going. Happy December. And I will see you all. Bye.